Listen close. The forest is whispering. Step into Mia and the echo of tomorrow, where every echo leads to a dream not yet dreamed. Not all echoes repeat the past. Some whisper what hasn't happened yet. Mia tiptoed through the glowing grove where the echo tree stood tall and twinkling. Its bark shimmered with silver rings, and its leaves swayed like lullabies on the wind. With a deep breath, she leaned close and whispered, "What dream is waiting for me?" The tree shimmered, rustled, and whispered back, "Follow the trail you haven't imagined yet." A flicker of light blinked beneath her feet. A firefly. Then another. Soon a whole trail of firefly glows curled into the air like a ribbon made of stars. Mia adjusted her backpack and followed, her pigtails dancing with each step. The path weaved through branches that echoed not her words, but feelings. One hummed with courage, another giggled with wonder. Each echo was a clue, and each clue tugged her closer to something she didn't yet know. At the heart of the grove, a clearing bloomed with floating seed dreams. Tiny, glowing puffs that pulsed with possibility. One drifted to her hand, warm and whispering, "Tomorrow's dream begins with today's question." I asked. Mia smiled. "So now I begin." She spun gently, and the clearing shifted, becoming a doorway made of echoes, opening into a world that felt just one step ahead. She didn't step through it, not yet. The dream was still growing. The echo tree glowed, sealing the doorway with a swirl of sparkles, saving it for tomorrow. Mia returned home, the whisper still in her ear, and one firefly tucked in her pocket, blinking softly with secrets. And now, whenever she asks a question before bedtime, the wind sometimes rustles like the tree is listening, because Mia didn't just hear an echo. She answered it. If giggles found you today, like, share, and subscribe. The Dreamy Doodles way. Shah! The forest is listening. Let's begin Tilly and the tree that echoed tomorrow, where every whisper blooms into a brand new dream. Some trees echo back your voice. This one echoed Tilly's future. She found it deep in the glowing forest, nestled between hush-hush moss and soft glow mushrooms. The echo tree shimmered with silver bark and whispered leaves. Tilly, wide-eyed and curious, leaned close and whispered, "What haven't I dreamed yet?" The tree rustled once, then echoed back a giggle and a whisper. "Follow the roots that glow, and listen for the laugh that leads." She zipped her backpack, tugged her purple cap snug, and spotted glowing roots curling like sleepy spaghetti across the forest floor. The roots pulsed with light beneath her paws, leading her through twists of hush and shimmer. Echoes danced between the trees, soft repeats of dreams she hadn't had yet. "Catch the balloon," one whispered. "Slide the star," another sang. Tilly giggled, even though she didn't know why yet. At the heart of the woods, a small clearing blinked with floating echoes. Like sound bubbles full of sparkles, one hovered near her and whispered, "You're almost there." She reached out, and the bubble burst into a doorway made of swirling bark and sky. Inside, she glimpsed a dream version of herself, swinging from glowing vines, riding a breeze shaped like a dragon, laughing in places that didn't yet exist. "I'm not ready yet," she whispered. The echo tree sighed sweetly and wrapped the vision into a leaf, tucking it gently into her backpack. Back in Tailtown, her path home was lined with faint giggles on the breeze, whispers from tomorrow. And sometimes, when the wind sounds like laughter and the trees rustle just so, Tilly smiles, because she's already heard the adventure waiting for her, and it's giggling just ahead. If giggles found you today, like, share, and subscribe. The Dreamy Doodles way. Tiptoe into twinkles and whispers. With Milo and the echo of someday, where even the smallest dream can bloom beneath the moon. Most echoes bounce back what you say. This one whispered what Milo hadn't even imagined yet. He found the echo tree tucked in a quiet grove, glowing faintly, like it had just remembered something. Its bark shimmered with moonlight, and every leaf rustled like a secret. Milo pressed his paws to the trunk and whispered, "What's waiting for me someday?" The bark warmed beneath his touch. Then came the reply, not in words, but a tiny giggly pulse through the ground. A trail of twinkles appeared, petals soft, winding into the woods. Milo tightened the straps on his acorn-sized satchel and bounced after it, tail swishing with curiosity. The trail curved through moonlit roots and sleepy flower beds. Whispers floated all around him. A leap not yet taken, a friend you haven't met, a star that remembers your name. Each step sparkled with possibility. Each echo was brighter than the last. Milo's eyes grew wide with wonder as the trail carried him deeper into dreamlight. At the heart of the grove, he found a tiny blossom glowing with silver light. It pulsed once, then bloomed open. Inside was a miniature dream, a giggle-built bridge, a sky-high, tickly treehouse, and a star map with one paw print still waiting to be filled. Milo gasped, eyes sparkling. "That's my someday." The blossom gently closed again, and the echo tree hummed. "When the moment comes, you'll know the way." Back in his cozy burrow, the sparkle trail had faded, but beside his pillow lay a single silver petal. Now, every time a breeze hums before bedtime, Milo listens closely, because the echo tree doesn't just echo yesterday, it whispers the dreams of someday, and Milo, the tiniest adventurer, is already bouncing toward them. If giggles found you today, like, share, and subscribe. The Dreamy Doodles way. Follow the glow. Trust your heart. It's time for Anch and the compass of echoing dreams, where every path leads to a whispered tomorrow. Some maps are drawn with ink. This one echoed from a tree. Anch stood beneath the glowing limbs of the echo tree, its silver bark warm beneath his fingertips. The forest around him swirled with whispers and shimmer light, quiet as a dream holding its breath. He leaned in close and whispered, "Where should I go next?" The tree rustled gently, then replied with a hum that made his compass spin in lazy circles. A trail of golden echoes floated up from the roots, wrapping around his wrist like ribbon. From his pocket, a map unfolded, blank at first, then glowing with paths drawn by whispers. "Not just a map," Anch breathed. "A dream map." He followed it beneath whispering branches, where glowing leaves shaped themselves into signs only he could read. One leaf pulsed. "Your courage goes farther than you think," another shimmered. "This way to something you haven't dared to imagine yet." He tiptoed across echo bridges and through soft arches of starlight. The forest wasn't quiet, it was listening. Finally, the map led him to a clearing stitched with fog. In the center, a floating compass-shaped lantern, pulsing with the same light as the one around his neck. He stepped forward, and the lantern whispered, "We're ready when you are." Anch nodded slowly, heart glowing with new direction. The lantern folded into a soft light and tucked itself into the dream map. The echoes swirled once more, hugging him like breeze-wrapped encouragement. Back in Tailtown, his compass still spins at night, sometimes softly, sometimes boldly, never quite still, because Anch didn't just find a map. He found the path drawn by a whisper only he could hear. If Giggles found you today, like, share, and subscribe. The Dreamy Doodles way. Get ready to bounce through dreamland with Benny and the Bouncy Dream Echo, where every giggle leads to a fuzzy surprise. Benny didn't mean to startle the tree. He only meant to giggle. But when his whisper giggled into the glowing bark of the echo tree, the whole trunk shivered. The leaves snorted, and the ground boinged beneath his feet. Then came the reply, not in words, but in a ticklish bounce that made his ears wiggle. "Ooh, ooh." Benny grinned. "This is gonna be fun." A swirl of sparkles burst from the tree roots, forming a twinkly trail shaped like, what else? A bunny hop, with a twitch of his tail and a squeaky. Crowing, Benny bounced after it. Every hop echoed with giggles. Leafy loops curved like curly fries. Mushrooms giggled when he bounced on them. Vines whispered silly clues. "Turn left for fluff." "Psst, you're almost at the fuzzy." He boinged into a clearing made of soft moss and whisper blooms. At the center stood a puffball-shaped stump, pulsing with light. A single echo swirled above the stump, bouncing in place. Benny reached out, and the echo zipped into his chest with a gentle giggle pop. Instantly, his red sneaker glowed. "What was that?" he asked. The tree rustled, its bark echoing. "Your dream is coming. Keep bouncing forward." Benny blinked, then giggled so hard he did a full loop-de-hop midair. Back home, his sneaker still shimmered faintly, just enough to glow when the wind feels extra giggly. And now, whenever the leaves bounce more than usual, or the breeze tickles your ears, chances are Benny's echo is nearby, guiding him to the next surprise with nothing but giggles and a hop in. His step. If Giggles found you today, like, share, and subscribe. The Dreamy Doodles way.